tutorial for learning to crochet for an absolute beginner, I have a selection of items out that you will require for your crochet journey, and I'm going to go through each of them. So we'll begin with yarn. There are so many different types of yarn available, and this is just a small selection of them. When I started my crochet journey, I started with a DK, which stands for double knit yarn. It's very versatile. You can pick them up for a very reasonable price in lots of different places online and in the shops. When you look at your yarn, it will always have this kind of cover on, which gives you some information about the yarn. So this tells us that it's 100% acrylic. So that is the first type of yarn I'm going through with you, an acrylic yarn. It tells you how you can wash it without ruining it. It gives you a guide on the size with the stitches that it will create. It will recommend, whether you're crocheting or knitting, it will recommend the size hook that you need. So for this particular one, it recommends a 4mm hook. It also says G6, which is US terminology. So it should give you both there. So that's a really good one to begin your journey with. I also wanted to show you a couple of others that I personally love to use. The first is merino wool. So this is 100% merino wool. It's absolutely beautiful to work with. As I say, I would start with an acrylic, something like that. But this is a really, really beautiful wool to work with. And again, gives you all the information directly on there. You then have cotton yarn, which again, I really, really love to work with for things like household items, bags, if you're doing anything like coasters or mug covers, things like that. It's good for clothes as well. I really do like working with cotton yarn. Again, you've got all the information on the back with hook size and how to take care of it. The last one I want to show you is working with cord. This is something that I started a few years ago, so not at the beginning of my journey, but this is really good for making baskets, anything that you want to be really sturdy. I use this to make my wristlets. I use it for Christmas decorations. It's something that once you get going on your crochet journey, just something I wanted to make you aware of, that there is an option out there to use this. So that's your variety of yarns available. I'm recommending starting with a DK acrylic yarn. The next thing we have is our hooks. So I wanted to show you, this is just what I had, the different types of hooks that I had at home for my journey. Again, there's lots out there. My best advice is finding the one that you are comfortable with, that you find the most comfortable to work with the yarn, and that you find the most comfortable to hold, because that's going to be really important. And it depends on the projects that you're using as well. But for me, especially to start with, something like this with the soft grip handle, and I'm not sure if you can see there, it's got a little shape at the top here, which sits your thumb really nicely on. I'm going to go through holding the yarn and the hook once we've gone through these other bits of equipment, so I will come back to that in a second. So the third thing you're going to need is a good pair of scissors. Kind of says it all. You can get your basic scissors, or you do have these available as well for cutting your yarn at the end of your project. I don't know why I brought that out because that's for sewing. Let's put that over to the side. You will need a yarn needle or a darning needle for sewing in your ends. Again, just showing you the ones that I have around, a plastic one and a metal one. You just want to make sure that the hole is nice and big to be able to fit your yarn through. Then when you progress on to making whether it's toys or clothes or bags, you might need one of these to keep at your front stitch so you know where you are in your round. So stitch markers are a good thing to have at some point. So what I'm going to do is go through with you now holding the hook and the yarn. So I'm just going to move these bits to the side. Right, so holding your hook. My best advice is always do what feels comfortable for you and what is right for you. So for me, this is how I hold my hook. So I have my thumb on one side and my finger on the other. This is what's comfortable for me. I see some people hold more like a knife. They'll hold it with their finger straightened like so. I've seen some people hold like a pen. It really is, I personally don't think there's a right or wrong way. It's finding the way that is comfortable for you. And for me, it's like this. With your yarn, I'm going to repeat myself again, find what's most comfortable for you. So for me, I pretty much do hold it like this. Some people, to make sure they have the right tension, wrap it around their finger. I have tried that. I cannot get the hang of that. So for me, I hold it between my finger and my thumb and I secure slightly. This is not a tight grip. I just fold my fingers up and it works through my hand here as I'm working. So trial and error is going to be the best way for you to find what works best for you. But the most important thing is, especially if you're going to be crocheting for, a long period of time, it needs to be comfortable for you. So I hope that you found this information helpful and keep following along in the Absolute Beginner series. Next up, we're going to have how to do a slip knot and how to do your foundation chain. Happy crocheting!